What is up, my peoples? Tell me about your lives. Tell me about your triumphs and your struggles. Tell me some good things, Jet. What is up? We are back at Kame House. House Flipper. Last time, we found the Dragon Bulls, but unfortunately, they're injured. And today, we also made the basement that Chet built. It's a very cozy study area right here. And the inverted planet bedrooms here. So when you wake up, you should feel like you're falling because the ground is above you and everything else is upside down because the ground is up there and the sky's right there. And yeah. So is the time on that laptop correct? Actually, it is. Now that I'm looking at it. So, indeed, still, what does that say? On a scale of 1 to I'd rather die in a fire, how bad's the pain? Okay, draw you a picture. Whatever makes you happy. If you need some inspiration, that's me in Kingdom Hearts with Cheese Keyblade fighting Disney villain of your choice. Feel like you're gonna die as soon as you gotta sneeze. So every time you gotta sneeze. So don't sneeze. Easier said than done. Easier said than done, I realize. But, just don't do that. Okay. Whatever makes me happy. I'm doing what makes me happy. Getting to spend time with the finest people on Twitch and YouTube. That's y'all, by the way. Whatever makes me happy. I feel like I'm about to get philosophical here. I totally want to do art streams. Indeed. The best streamer, wrong. Why would I say getting to spend time with the best streamer? None of y'all are streamers. Not to mention, if I was saying myself, that would be highly conceited. Take the compliment? No, you! So, I kinda hate this because I'm sitting here being the person that I don't like being. Like, what I mean by that is, I'll ask somebody, like, what's your favorite thing? And they just blank out on me. And I'm like, have you no passion? Have you no aspirations? And then I'll sit there and ask something like what makes you happy, and it's the most bland, generic thing you've ever heard in your life that clearly they didn't put thought into. And I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I'm being that person, and I don't like it. Mama Bun, how are you, ma'am? What is up? Let's shed some light on the situation. Huh. I'm doing good, Mama Bun. Been working on the why does Ocarina of Time work video, and I've got most of it done. I have the actual analysis in there, and then the B-roll and the music, and now I've just gotta put the extra, like, overlay stuff on it, and then it'll be done. And then I can put it on YouTube and hope that Nintendo doesn't try to claim the entire video because there's, like, barely hints of their music in there. I'm not salty. Next task. So, the problem is also like a mental black hole. SCP would call it a mimetic hazard. It's so innocuous as to unravel your thought process. What is SCP? I don't know what SCP is. Men in Black. Are you trying to, like, flashbang my brain? Speaking of flashbangs, you're about to see something bright on the screen. And you're gonna see it in 3, 2, 1. You should probably close your eyes for a second. Okay. Let me think. Read it again. Whatever makes me happy. Okay. This is gonna look like one of those, like, kindergarten drawings. What do you like to do during the summer, Timmy? I'm gonna let y'all try and guess what I'm doing here. Love that one of the things people are taught when dealing with meta classes is to just play Disney and Nintendo music out loud. Wait, what? What do you mean, Georgie? I feel like I'm missing some kind of context. What does that got to do with Meta glasses? Playing Xbox? Yeah, exactly. Thinking about Meta glasses can't be monetized? Really? Like, none of them can? Are always recording Disney and Nintendo will strike the video? So how does that work with Nintendo and Disney? I don't get it. Swift DMCA strikes? I feel like I'm missing something here. So, like, just because you're recording with Meta glasses, Disney and Nintendo will automatically strike you? That's what you're telling me? It doesn't matter what the content is? Because someone else is recording you with Meta glasses. You play in the Disney and Nintendo glasses. Their video. Okay. So you're saying to fight back against people streaming with Meta glasses, you just do things that would get their videos demonetized? YouTube or any other site honors an actual DMCA. Okay. I follow what you're doing now. That is actually a pretty clever way of fighting against things like if you don't want to be streamed, just ruin their content. Which, if you want to know how to get somebody DMCA struck really fast with the Nintendo music, play the Gerudo Valley theme. If you go back on the Ocarina of Time VODs on YouTube, most of the Gerudo Valley sections are muted because I had to mute them. Because otherwise the whole VOD would have gotten disconnected, or demonetized. It's completely off topic, but what a windfall of new games this week. Zero Company, Metal Gear Collection 2. I am most excited about Metal Gear Collection 2. I've been wanting to do a Metal Gear franchise run for a long time, but Metal Gear Solid 4 has never been on PC. prior to this. Disney goes after little Timmy who uploaded a 5-second meme post featuring a Disney song. They'll definitely go after the glasses. Yeah. Hilarious that they're so strict on DMCA that they become weaponized for DMCA strikes. Yep. Did we talk about Zero Company yet? We mentioned it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna really get into that one because I don't really do tactical stuff. I mean, maybe I'll do it one day, but not anytime soon. Especially with the Thanks-a-thon coming up on Tuesday. By the way, Thanks-a-thon coming up on Tuesday. If you needed a reminder, and there's the poll. Thank you, Jen. If you've not voted in the poll for what franchise we'll play if we hit the 100-hour mark, you should vote in the poll for what we'll play if we hit the 100-hour mark. Fable Showcase, wait, there was a Fable Showcase? I only saw barely a little bit of the Gamescom stuff. Of course, I saw the Final Fantasy VII Revelation stuff. Of course. Results currently I can't see. I don't want to sway people's votes. If you voted already, you should be able to see it. And it says already voted, won't show you the emulator? Yeah. I'm just kind of being random here at this point, because I'm just kind of leaning into, like, the 6th grade, or, you know, the kindergarten, like, what makes you happy, Timmy? That's actually not a half bad lightsaber, all things considered. That's probably all I can reasonably fit. Without going, like, super small. I feel like I ripped you off. I do like the Twitch logo. It looks kind of like a carpet rug, though. I'll take some props for that one. Okay, well, I'll post this then. Thank you for the redeem, sec. And it would make me happy to give you your channel points back. So have your channel points back. Let's see. Because I don't actually feel like I gave you anything worth 10,000 tacos. Maybe I'm just being hard on myself. Okay, let me put this in the Discord, and then we can do the things. Wrong thing. Hello. Where's... Here we go. And here you go, sir. Feel free to do whatever you like with it. Okay. Pull everything back up. There we go. Alright, chat, listen. Listen. Oh, wait. Next task. I forgot to turn the video recording back on. Alright, chat, listen. We need money. So, we're probably just gonna do odd jobs all day. So that whenever we come back to the game, whenever that is, if we end up coming back to the game, we will have enough money to buy a very nice house and renovate that. So, I'm also curious if you can actually run out of jobs. We're gonna find out. It's home to redecorate. Hi. My old aunt moved into a hospice facility. Sorry. And I inherited her house. To make a long story short, it's in terrible condition. If I could, I would bulldoze it and build a new house, but I can't afford to do that. Also, you would be a terrible person for doing that. Because it's your aunt's house. The house is trashy. It's like a single mom who's been through a lot lived there. Almost like where I am now. Please get rid of the old furniture and put in some normal furniture. You can also chuck the pictures on the walls and hang some new ones to try and improve the way the house looks. I'll leave it for you to decide what looks nice. I doubt you can make it any worse. Keep tight. I'll bet this is actually a super quaint and cozy house that this young whippersnapper just wants to completely trash on her aunt's legacy. Wants to get rid of. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this? I mean, the walls could use a little painting, but... Okay. Kitchen could use a little cleaning. Just by doing that, we earned $1,000. Okay. They just want us to sell everything. They want us to gut the place. Wait. There you go, Skull. I took your sneezes for you. You shouldn't have to feel like you're gonna die now. The bathroom is the only thing that doesn't want to be touched. Okay. So... Sorry, Aunt. Aunt so-and-so is gonna be very hurt if and when she finds out her niece decided to do this to her house. We don't even find out Aunt so-and-so's name. Sure. I still feel like we should leave the door frame one of these times. Just because it would look absurd. You never said sell the door. But we can make a bit of extra money off of the door. Open layout, yes. Very open. I feel bad for the ant. Okay, wait. Okay, what are we missing? Oh, the rug. Also, what did these walls do to anyone? Trying to find where they buried the gold. We know where they buried the gold. In the same place where we made all the friends along the way. Yeah, where did we make all the friends along the way? Besides, you know, along the way. Good. You ever notice how some painkillers just replace your pain with feelings of downward pressure? Now that you say it. Yeah. Yeah. Where are we gonna put the light switch? We can't move it. Oh, wait, actually, we can move it. Okay, let's put this, I guess, here. Shrine to the switch. But if we do a shrine to the Switch, Nintendo might DMCA us. Up to the window. faded lemon. Seems like this room would suddenly become kind of sour, tangy. Anybody else remember Tang? Tang was actually pretty great, if we're being real. It would probably taste disgusting now to the adult palate, but to the kid, oh yeah, that was in fact the stuff. So I wonder if we're gonna have to paint any of the other rooms of faded lemon. Okay. So I feel like I had a thought that I was gonna discuss, but then I'm like, what was it? So I am now confused. Zabeth, what does that say? When you walked last night, you kept seeing roaches. And to think about what was the story. You're welcome. How's it going, Zabeth? I hope it wasn't too disturbing of a walk at that point. Also, I should get my skill point. 50% faster painting. Wait, no, paint 4 walls at the same time. Oh, that's how it works. So we can just do this. We don't have to do strips at a time. We can just... Are we speeding? Oh, yes. That's how that works. So we can just... Boom. Boom. Anywhere else needs painting? Mandarin orange. So we're painting this whole kit and caboodle. Mandarin orange. Okay. And the caboodle, yes. One must not forget the caboodle. Also, how's it going, Zabbath? Tell me all the things there. It's a bit warm today. 100 Fahrenheit, trying to stay hydrated while editing. Thankfully, your work does not require you to be outside. Or at least the editing doesn't. So, is it primarily editing you've got going on for the next little while? The rest with weddings on most weekends? We take those. Also, did y'all hear the rain trying to rain behind me? I don't know if the mic properly picked it up. Yeah, it sounds like it's about to start raining cheese and tacos. Okay, so we got those. Oops. Okay. I kinda don't like the fact that I've discovered that I can paint so quickly. It kinda takes away some of the relaxation. Because now it's just become about efficiency. Okay. We can wait. Let's make sure nothing else needs painting. search application. It was my intention. Okay. Kitchen island with sink. We need to the white tabletop. What's a color that goes well with orange? Out of these colors that you see on the screen, it's okay. Darkwood. Hey, Cap, we need to find Jing and just yell, Altina, Darkwood. That is such an old school meme around here. None of y'all are gonna get that. Except Cub. Gray. For obvious reasons. Okay, let's put it against the wall. Red for complementary, green for contrast. Oh, still, question. What is my opinion on GTA as a franchise? Like, gameplay-wise? Story-wise? Content-wise? What are you thinking about? Okay, kitchen island with a heating plate. Oy, that is not. Steel. Sure. Damn. Electric pink. Story's a moot point. To you, maybe a bit of the world, the satire of it, and the gameplay. Oh yeah, I didn't turn this thing around. There we go. I was about to have the drawers facing the wrong way. Okay. And we should probably pull this a bit closer as well. Leave a little room to walk with. Well, yeah, you can get past. Where one is just too wholesome and Tristan for GTA. Okay, what is that point, Georgie? So, I like, personally, I like the chaos of GTA. Particularly like when you just allow it to go completely off the rails and whatever kind of ridiculousness you can come up with, you just go with it. I think GTA can be fun in that regard. Modding GTA can be pretty ridiculous as well. I think GTA RP is definitely one of the cooler ideas that people have come up with in the recent past. So I'm seeing people play GTA and try and follow the laws IRL. Crack up when people play by the rules GTA by running stop signs. Not running stop signs. Yeah, someone lives by the opposite of everything GTA does. It's no longer appealing. Well, I think that goes back to what we were talking about, like what makes GTA fun for you. I think that that's absolutely subjective. Some people like to use the absurdity of GTA to allow their, what's a good word that I'm looking for? Like, to allow their more base side, like base primal side to emerge, because they feel that there's no consequence. And so, like, someone that is typically super reserved, super by the book, you might see people like that just go off the rails with something like GTA. Because in their minds, like, there's no consequence to their actions, so why worry about it? And it's almost like you see a little bit more of who they really are. So I think in that regard, and GTA can be a interesting, I don't know, social experiment, almost. Ever seen your wait? You have to see your grandma, godmother, and mom playing GTA. They were the most unhinged players you've ever seen. Or your uncle was trying to stop at every red light. Think the freedom to be good or bad at their own moral compass? Yes. It's like, to a point, people's actual desires come out a little bit without even them maybe even realizing it. Okay, I don't like this. You can't make it past. So it needs to be like back there. This needs to be like here. I wish I could remember the name of the series. It came out around the same time as why am I so bad at names? It was a PS3 game. Main character's name was Toll McGrath. Superhero game. Flip the couch. Back to Infamous. Yes. There was another game like that at the same time that Infamous was out. It was a much darker and grittier game. I wish I could remember the name of that game. Prototype, yes. Prototype. Whenever so one of my friends rented a Prototype back in the Gap, and to give you the idea of like what you talked about with your mom and your grandma and your aunt, your grandma and your mom playing GTA. I was playing Prototype, and it was like beginning of the game, you had basically no powers except like the ability to grab people by the throat and just chuck them like across a football field kind of length. And I was trying to like be the good guy and not really do anything weird or bad. And eventually I just got really lost with the story and where to go. And so because I was lost and I didn't know what to do, I just kind of got bored. And I started running about, just grabbing people and chucking them at each other, essentially playing human bowling. And I was an absolute menace. So, like, I lost all sense of morality and sensibility, and I just went completely off the deep end. Eventually, I had like the highest wanted level or whatever, with no skills, just like chucking people. And I'm like grabbing people, running up to the top of buildings, like just them dangling by their throats and watching them flail around and laughing like a maniac. And having the time of my life. And my helper and my best friend at the time were looking at me as if I had lost my ever-loving mind. Because to a point, I had.
Get good, scrub.
And I was getting good with just like completely losing all morality. So, how many situations can I ever really be unhinged, no limits, no boundaries? Not too many. No. We did all the job. Give me my money. People checking is a good pastime activity for the family. Exactly. You check one member of the family at the rest. Everybody's involved. I would purposely go and find the oldest of old ladies, stare them down, and then punch them in the face. And grab them by the throat and throw them at a tank. Because I was at maximum wanted level at this point. I made people involuntary passengers of helicopters that were trying to shoot at me. I figured out how long someone would stay airborne if you threw them high enough from the top of a building. You play games like GTA, follow all the driver rules IRL. That's what I feel like I would be doing now, right? Until I would get bored. If I got bored, things would get dangerous really fast. Shapeshift into the old ladies and flex on the army in grandma form. Oh yeah, you could do that. Yeah, good old days from war crimes. You know, Star Wars did it all the time. Especially in the Clone Wars. Hi there. After the death of my beloved wife, I sold our old house as it brings back so many memories that I cannot cope with. I'm sorry, sir. I've decided to buy a new house, and it requires some work. It needs cleaning and new radiators. It's too much work for me, and I don't have the strength. I would like to move out of my old house as soon as possible, as it's too painful to live here. My 2 daughters will be living with me and would like the rooms to be painted their favorite color, bright blue. Please try to arrange everything quickly. Jack Rubens. I have a dream that will never happen, but you want to see a mashup reboot game for Prototype? Prototype in the Marvel Universe? You have to take out New York, absorbing superheroes and villains alike. It was amazing to see the push-pull of the virus versus the army. See, I never got to get enough into the game to even really figure out what was going on. Um, Everyone starts out playing GTA honestly, then you commit your first war crime. And yes, the record is staying now. May as well go hold wild. I mean, yeah. That's basically the long and short of it. Okay. Let's see. We're picking up all of the trash we can just grab first. And then we clean. Doing this systematically. And while we're here, we buy a radiator. Okay, we'll just do the whole room. Radiator. Okay. Looks like 410 for Star Citizen came out today. See how stable it is if you can make some monies. Please let me know how stable it is, because with the Thanksathon coming up, I'm gonna need to be in Star Citizen sooner rather than later. It'd be nice to know if I should do some of the other stuff that I have going on first. So pretty good. Considering PTU was taken as long as it was. Also find out this evening. So as excited as I am for Siege of Orson, I'm not going to be able to do it for quite some time with the Zero to Hero run. Speaking of the Zero to Hero run, I was gonna warn y'all that the Zero to Hero run is gonna be very tempting for some of y'all to just like give me credits to, you know, help the run along. So, ideally, as much as I appreciate that, I would prefer to not take any assistance when doing the Zero to Hero run. the goal is to see how quickly I can get rich again off of my own Steam. So, for anybody wondering about the Zero to Hero run, the TLDR, the way it's gonna work is when I start it up, I'm going to give all of my money except for the 25k that I start with to someone in chat, probably Stoll or Jettison. And I will not allow myself to use any of my pledge ships, so on and so forth. Except for the Avenger Titan that I have, because it's a starter ship. So, the goal of that whole run is going to be to use the knowledge that I've picked up from the game so far to get as rich as possible, specifically to be able to buy a 890 jump. As fast as I can. And I feel like there's pretty good ways now to make lots of money really quick. Especially with cargo running and stuff. Same in general, you like to earn your own money rather than have someone, hand you a bunch at once. Now, I will say, when Zoldibus handed me all that money, a couple patches ago, that was fun just to experience what it's like to be absolutely utterly filthy, stinking rich. But it does remove some of the inherent enjoyment out of earning it yourself and the journey along the way. Good. Used to Zero to Hero by Naked Bucker running. Just grab a knife and go get some free armor and gear to try doing so like that. So what's so? Oh, Seeds of Orison. Seeds of Orison. Could. I actually saw someone do that. Something very similar. I don't know if any of y'all follow the Star Citizen streamer Active. His name is Active with 2 E's at the end. Super chill dude. But he essentially forgot to bring his kit, or at least some of his kit, when he went into Seeds of Orison a few streams back, and he had to Zero to Hero his stuff, doing exactly what you just said, Skull. So, could try that, yeah. Melee is viable if you can get them before they kick into T1000. But yeah, true. Because don't some of the NPCs like have absolute crack shot aim? Still picked Horizon for the home planet. It's gonna be super busy. I like Horizon as my home planet, though. It's my fave. Now, I will say, if any of y'all want to join in on like cargo runs and stuff, you're welcome to join in. I'll pay you, a portion of each run. If any of y'all want to join in, but I shouldn't have put that over the vent. Yeah, that's done. Clean the dirt and clean the windows. So, my thoughts right now for the Zero to Hero run is I want to try and do as much pacifist content as I can. Partially as a way to show, like, you can make it in this game without having to do any combat whatsoever. Unless, of course, you get jumped by another player. And also to... there it is. Also to keep the cozy vibes going. At least as much as I can. GG. What does that say? Task for combat? No, we're talking about my Star Citizen Zero to Hero run that I'm gonna be doing during the Thanksathon. Just trying to say, like, I want to do as much pacifist content as possible to make my money in the game. Just to partially show that you can, and to keep the cozy vibes that we've been having here going for longer. But how's it going, Gigi? Feeling alright, Zach? Didn't see much of the Star Citizen playthrough. Yeah, I mean, Star Citizen isn't so much of a playthrough as it is just a experience. Like, it never ends. It's an MMO. It's a sandbox MMO. Where you make your own fun. Okay. Today was the wedding anniversary. So spending the day with the missus. Indeed. Happy anniversary, sir. How long have y'all been together? If I might ask. "22 years married today." Well done, Zach. Congratulations. And happy anniversary. What did y'all get up to? Okay. Started the day by hitting the new castle, seaside village, where we had a reception. Okay. So what'd y'all do out there? Okay. Radiator. Had some lunch in a little restaurant you both like. Took a walk by the beach. Very cozy, very romantic. We take those. Gray and royal blue. Let's go with the royal blue in here. And boop. Check. That's actually really nice. It's really nice. Okay. Opportunity to spend the day together with no distractions. We also take those. So I guess y'all's day is pretty much over now. Yeah, it's gotta be pretty late for y'all now. Good. Put the garbage out. You're back. It's 11:40 p.m. I don't know how all y'all stay up so late. My health would be in shambles if I did that. At least on the regular. So is yours. Like to watch the stream when you can. Sir, prioritize your health. Don't wake up as early as I do, or you take naps. Weakness. Naps are for the weak. Pathetic. Have some tea. I don't have anybody in the room with me. Okay. Let's spin the bed. Let's stick the bed. Oh, it's a double bed. We gotta worry about the other person. Let's move this right. Sure. Okay. Let's put the bed. Here. We need the wardrobe. Why am I turning it into this accent? I don't know. Boom. Okay. Double chest of drawers. Somebody has got a really long nightstand. Boom. Bookcase. Fabuloso. Okay, I can't get up. Did we miss a room? We missed a room. Heresy. Okay. Why must you needs put the sofa in the way of the radiator? Also, if you need naps, take naps. If you like pineapple on your pizza, put pineapple on your pizza. You're welcome to your opinions, even if they're wrong. Did I potentially wake up and choose violence? Maybe. Day of silly accents. By the way, speaking of, I don't know why today felt like a Friday. Today is gonna be the last day of the week for the stream this week, because I would like to take a bit of a break before the Thanksathon starts on Tuesday. Because once the Thanksathon starts, we are going to be going for 6 days a week till the timer runs out. So I need to properly pace myself. Because that is going to be a lot. Right, so if any of you are wondering what the schedule is going to be, of like what we're going to be doing and when, we're going to start our time together with the speed coding challenge of me attempting to create a fully chat controlled mini game in 2 hours. No AI, because I'm not a pansy. we're doing it raw and wriggling. Okay, let's see. There we are. Mount the radiator. Actually, no, we'll do the paint first. The blue. It must be Sylvia. Get these done first, because I keep forgetting about them. So after the speed coding challenge, we will do the Dark Souls 3 and Ocarina of Time Archipelago. And both of said games will be randomized. At least as much as I was able to figure out how to do. Because this is my first randomizer and archipelago. So, chaos will most assuredly ensue. Cue Cobb wanting to kill chaos. Presuming Cobb is still here. After the archipelago run, we will be doing the Star Citizen Zero to Hero run. After the Zero to Hero run, we will be doing Sir Sassafras Plays Elden Ring. So, which means I've set up essentially a chat client between just myself and Sir Sassafras. And he will essentially be doing his own run of Elden Ring. I'm giving him a complete control to make demands of how I play the game. After the Sir Sassafras Plays Elden Ring run, we are going to do the last gameplay thing that I've got planned, which is I am going to walk, not run, not sprint, not fly with a dragon, walk across the entire map of Crimson Desert. It's going to take a really long time. So I came up with the idea of doing that because I was toying with the idea of instead playing Desert Bus. Please tell me someone here knows what Desert Bus is. Hello, I bought a house with my wife, and we're slowly finishing it. I'd like to ask you to paint the walls for us because we've come to the conclusion that having everything painted white is terribly boring. Agreed. It's also necessary to install missing home appliances, i.e. 2 air conditioners and 2 radiators. Hope that'll not take much time. We would like to move in as soon as possible. Yours faithfully, Tim Starr. So, for those of you unfamiliar, I don't think so, Tim. For those of you unfamiliar, Desert Bus is a game where you are literally driving a bus from one, I think it's city to another, and it takes real time, something like 6 to 8 hours to do. And so you are driving in a straight line down the desert on the highway for 6 to 8 hours. I think it's 8 hours. And your bus has a slight drift to the right. So you can't just like sit there and hold the acceleration button for 8 hours. You've got to pay attention for 8 hours to make sure that you don't drift off the road. And crash, and then you have to get towed back to the beginning, and however far you traveled, so let's say you traveled 4 hours, the tow truck will drag you back for 4 hours to get to the beginning. So, I was toying with the idea of playing Desert Bus. But I remembered how big the world of Crimson Desert is. And I was like, why don't we do something similar, but in Crimson Desert? We do our best to walk the entire width of the world of Crimson Desert. At least with a Crimson Desert version, you can run into like combat scenarios and points of interest and climbs and descents etc. Whereas with Desert Bus, you are quite literally just driving forward and making sure you don't veer too far to the right for 8 hours in a row. While, realistically speaking, chat is in the background being the passengers. Asking me to do absurd things like turn on the radio. Why is it so hot in here? Why is it so cold in here? Are we there yet? Tom's being gross again. Don't make me turn this bus around. We've already been going for 7 hours and 55 minutes. I will turn this bus around. I will crash this bus. Do I want to... Bro. Tess is poking me again. What about dessert bus? Okay, where are we going? What are we eating? Tom's not touching me and being really annoying about it. Okay, so hear me out. What if we instead did Desert Bus, but we have open voice chat for the passengers? So that we can actually have these conversations. Would that not be fun for the whole family? Okay. I have to go potty again. You just pottied at the station 6 hours ago. I was waiting in line, and Kyle kept offering me water. I didn't know. Jen, am I properly representing you with my whining? Winging even? Are you feeling appropriately represented? As a chatter in this community? Say the word, like, hinge. Like door hinge. What? Hinging. Is how UK says it. I've never heard of hinging as a term for whining. Oh, whinging. Never have I ever. Whinging. Never have I ever. Seen it in a few series. Yeah, that's absolutely a first for me. There's a connotation of cringe-worthy whining, whinging. Now I'm just imagining some of y'all being like playing characters as like immensely British European type accents on the bus. Next thing I know, I'm having to do like improv story time for hours at a time just to keep y'all appeased. It sounds so torturous. It could be a great time. So maybe we'll throw Desert Bus into the 2027 Thanksathon milestones. Maybe. Big maybe. Actually, I think that there's purposeful implementations in Desert Bus that like prevents you from alt tabbing out of it, and it like turns off your other screens. So like I don't know if I'd even be able to see chat without having to like set up a separate computer or tablet or something. That could be a pain in the butt by itself. Okay, there we go. That room is done. So this room doesn't need anything. A towel radiator. But yeah, speaking of the 2027 Thanks-a-thon, I am currently at a rather complete loss as to what kind of milestones I'm gonna put. So, I am absolutely open to ideas. Okay, we should probably check these other rooms. Lime. Make sure I don't have to, like, paint these the same color as the one we just bought. Oh. Are emulators illegal? No. Emulators themselves are not illegal. The problem is the ROMs that you use to play on emulators. Because the ROMs are the games themselves. And so, most of the time, people obtain those ROMs by illegal means. Such as piracy websites, etc. If you obtain your ROMs directly from an original game cartridge that you own, it's generally considered okay. But even then, you gotta be careful. It's definitely like a legal gray area, but that is your safest bet. Because legally speaking, if you get the ROM from a cartridge that you own, then you can essentially say that you are backing up your data from the cartridge for preservation purposes. And preservation, to my understanding, is perfectly fine. So that Ocarina of Time that I played, I obtained a cartridge of Ocarina of Time. And then I bought the hardware necessary to dump that cartridge. So that I can play it from a cartridge that I own. I want to fast forward you own Bloodborne, but you like to play it on your Steam Deck. You should be fine in doing that. So long as you dump the disc that you own from the PS4 that you own yourself. It'd be different if, like, you go and download the ROM from another place. Even though you own the game, it's kind of like you're getting into weird territory there. Like, can they prove that you didn't dump it yourself from your disc? It'd be kind of hard to prove. But technically, you didn't. So, emulation is one of those, like I said, it's really one of those weird gray areas you gotta be careful with. I'm doing everything that I know to do to be able to play the games that I can no longer play because of my hands by doing it the correct way. Getting the cartridges, getting the hardware, doing it myself. One could say I'm putting in the legwork, even though my legs don't work. Sometimes allowances have to be given for accessibility. The law is not that kind, unfortunately. Nor is it that understanding. Understand that you're not allowed to play a game you don't have hands. This is a dumb hill to die on. I agree. But I think we can also agree that Nintendo's lawyers are really silly when it comes to such things. Like, if Nintendo's lawyers wouldn't be so absurd with this stuff, Nintendo would gain so much goodwill. That it would probably increase their sales just by doing that. Nintendo is still very much a company stuck in the 80s. Oh, agreed. So maybe wait until Sony gives up the exclusive rights. Good luck waiting for that. We've been waiting for that for how long now? And what's sad is, FromSoft wants Bloodborne to be on PC. They've talked about this. They would love to see Bloodborne on PC. But Sony just won't give it up. What I don't get is, like, we've gotten Demon Souls remastered. No, we got Demon Souls remade at this point. And it's not nearly as popular as Bloodborne. So, like, what is it about Bloodborne that Sony just wants to keep it out of people's hands? I want to say Demon Souls was originally on PS3, if I remember right. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Right, but they remade it into PS5. I'm talking the original. The original was PS3. So, yeah, we've gotten a Demon Souls remake. for PS5, and yet nothing about Bloodborne. Which, as you're saying, some people say that Bloodborne is FromSoft's best game. So, like, yeah, and Demon Souls is also Sony exclusive. Which, again, what gives? But thankfully, we have the Dark Souls trilogy and Elden Ring on other places. Oh yeah, and also Sekiro. Another excellent game. Oh yeah, Armored Core. Needs to make Chrome Hounds too. What's Chrome Hounds? I've never heard of Chrome Hounds. What is that? What is that? I might have touched an Armored Core way back in the game, back in the day. But I didn't know, like, I didn't even know that Souls type games even existed back then, so I seem to remember trying an Armored Core and being like, this is way too complicated for I think I was a kid at the time, or early teens. And I was not as, let's say, intelligent as I am now. And it wasn't dumb by any means, but for some reason that game just blew my mind. I didn't understand it, like, at all. I'm fairly certain it was an Armored Core. And, like, I loved the premise of it, but I never actually played it too much. So I don't think I can reasonably say I played Armored Core. My mom was just sitting here watching me clean these windows, and she can't even hear it, but I feel like it's like ASMR for her. She's just like zoned in on it. Draw hi, Mom. Oh, too late. She already left the room. Some tea while I have. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. Meow. Shit. We need light. There's no light in here. Who doesn't put a light in a room where there's a light switch? Too late, then meow. Was soundboard worthy? I'll have it on the hard drive clip. And I'll have it in the hard drive clip without the music. So it'll be clean, crisp, and pristine. The 90s entertainment sound effects. Like putt-putt games? I don't remember putt-putt games. Sekiro blindfold playthrough, sir. I realize that Sekiro is a rhythm game when it's all said and done. But, you're asking for something that is like... Oy vey. Can you imagine how long that would take? I love the idea. And I love the fact that you have the confidence to think that I can pull that off. But, oy vey. Like, who do you think I am? Like, Lobos Jr.? Purple Car Lightning McQueen. We're talking cars popular. Why do I vaguely remember that? I figured everyone you watch of the was of the same caliber. I appreciate the immense vote of confidence. But that is a feat of titans. Now you better believe, if I were to pull something like that off, can you imagine the social media cred I would get off of that? That would be absurd. Garage, smile. Hi, I bought a new car, but there's so much trash in my garage that I cannot fit it in. Can you please clean out my garage so I have somewhere to park? Best regards, Max. P.S. If you wash my car, I'll pay you extra. And yes, I said garage to trigger all of the Americans. You're welcome. That's a dirty garage. We started the coffee shop. How's that going? I should probably just close myself in here. Okay. Actually, let's start off with the easiest thing. Clean the window. You thought nothing of my pronunciation of garage sounded right to you? I actually say it IRL as well. And some of my helpers are just like, what? What are you saying? You know, garage. Yeah, it's like that Family Guy skit where Stewie wants a Cool Whip with his pie. He's like, Cool Whip. Pie tastes better with Cool Whip. Except, you know, with garage. Garage. coffee shop experience began in Cape Town. It was a mobile van. It's really easy, as that was the tutorial. So have you gotten like your own brick and mortar store now? And on to New York. Got a bit more to do. Still felt like tutorial. Then you stop 2.5 hours later. It's not bad. So, if it's anything like Supermarket Simulator, it does a really good job at slowly ramping up the difficulty. Until, like, before you know it, you're just flying all over the place, wishing you had employees. Okay. You see everything in bite-sized chunks. Agreed. Nice buy, literally cheaper than a cup of coffee. A bit ironic that okay. How do I get to this other room? Oh, duh. Steven reduced it further? Since you own House Flipper? Really? I wonder if I can get the same deal. What game is this? I think it's a coffee shop simulator. This is a twin pack? Oh, Espresso Tycoon. Okay. Interesting. Sure. Where's the last bit of junk? Oh. Clean the window. So does it play similarly to Supermarket Simulator? Okay, now that I played some cozy games. Is this like one of those things that happens when you become an older gamer? Look at that radar. Just get clean. Feels good, man. Feels clean, man. We actually do have a clean emote, if any of you care. Same idea. Decorate, create coffees, hire staff, organize shifts, order ingredients, etc. Indulge all this OCD, or as I say it, pseudo-CD. Christmas cleaning. Hi, Christmas is coming up, and I have a problem. My parents went away on a delegation, leaving me the house all to myself about a month ago. They're coming back for the holidays. There's still traces left after the last party. And after previous ones. Two previous ones too, I suppose. You know, my mother has an idealistic vision of Christmas, in which the entire house and all the windows shine. And Christmas decorations hang everywhere. I won't manage to prepare everything myself. Head Arnie Bell. Head. Jet, head. My hand keeps resting on the spacebar when I put it down, which is why you see me continuously jumping. We don't have a light in here. Who leaves an entire pizza sitting on the coffee table? It's like a murder scene. A murder is Sense and Sensibility. At least watch TV. Luxury flipper. Incredible real estate in Moonrise Bay, now for sale. Windows easily switch them up with this simple trick. Pets DLC. Rumors say the flipper has adopted a dog? Question mark. The tenants' rent prices are going up. What to expect? Workshop. Bring new life to an old house with DIY. Prize Son of Rome. Also the price of a cuppa. I think I actually have Rise. If anyone cares to check my Steam. I remember really wanting to play that in the PS3 era and just never had the chance because I want to say it was a lot of motion controls at the time. Which obviously can't do. You just remembered. What did you remember? Did you remember that you needed to save 15% or more on your car insurance by switching to Geico? Not sponsored, but it could be. Next task. Okay, chat, I'm gonna turn off the camera for just a moment. Alright, chat. Sorry, I had to fix my keyboard a bit so I wouldn't keep on sitting on the spacebar. And I know my dear mother doesn't want to be on camera. God. Click a controlling button? Wait, what? Let's run this in Detroit. Interesting story to tell. Moral Choice is out. Oh, yeah, actually, Stoll just sent me that game during his last run of sending me things. I've only heard positive things about that game. Type of game you can only play once. I mean, really, it's the kind of game you can reasonably only play once. Playthrough is your story. This makes sense. What did you? Next task. Just a moment, chat. I can redeem draw picture. I think I made it to where you can only, like, there can only be so many redeems per stream. Otherwise, it just becomes like an entire stream of me drawing pictures. So I was just trying to reduce that potential. Render for you? That would be Skull. This tree's too big. It's gotta go in this room though. Where do I put it? Actually, chat, while I've got someone in the room, I will be right back so I can do some medical stuff. This shouldn't take me but a few minutes. I will keep things going and I'll continue decorating for the Christmas. And I'll be back as soon as I can. So if I don't see you shortly, Jesus loves you. I love you. Repent and believe in the gospel. I'll be back in a bit. Next task. So I returned, and I realized a minor tragedy. I forgot to turn the video recording back on after I rolled away for a moment at some point. So I've not been recording for who knows how long. It's fine. I've got so much footage for B-roll. I should be fine. Yeah. Should I just put him right here? Why are you watching TV? Enjoy your family. That's where he goes. Enjoy your family. Let's cut the whole stream now. Elf on the shelf, but more aggressive. Imagine forgetting to record as a content creator. What a dork, am I right? Only thing you had one job. Record the footage, make a clickbaity video, get all the clicks, ruin your reputation, do an apology video. How hard can it be? New game, Titanic Escape Simulator. Could be good for spooky. Is that a thing, Jen? Is that actually a thing? New game, Titanic Escape Simulator. Are they still assets? Interested in it till you heard about that? What assets did they steal? Can't put those at pet and small children level? Can't put what? The poinsettias? Do I like spooky? Yeah. It depends. Very poisonous. Today I learned. So, I like spook games whenever they're not dealing directly with, like, the spiritual or demonic. So, like, Alien Isolation is an amazing example of a fantastic horror game. That does not deal with those themes. Yeah, like Dead Space. Okay, so we don't have to clean in here. We just gotta buy stuff. Mount devices. Curtains! Assemble! That joke was bad? I should feel bad? I'm not sure if I do though. Christmas wreath XL. We getting the big boy. Team that is dedicated to modeling the Titanic to museum accuracy. Drowning in an old-timey ship sounds dreadful. Drowning at all sounds dreadful. To be fair, it is actually, no joke, no scam, one of my biggest fears in life. Don't like it. Don't want to do it. Titanic Horror and Glory was the name. Honor and Glory was the name. You're mistaken, that's we're licensed legally. Titanic, our greatest legacy to the world. A boat that's at the bottom of the sea. Built by a man who had the hubris to challenge God. Love that they've been able to sneak into the Britannic. I can imagine vent troubles, electricity, being out for weeks. Yeah. Imagine if we could put them on the ceiling like that. Okay, where are we supposed to put these? Okay. Starship Titanic. I mean... Britannic is the sister ship. Laying on the side after World War I U-boat got her much shallower water. Okay. Speaking of vent troubles, my ventilator was just replaced yesterday. In fact, because we learned of what the place called a fatal flaw. I think that was the word they used. Fatal flaw. In the vent that I was using. Or I should say in the model number. Vent that I was using, saying that like there was a leak somewhere. I think it's in one of the gaskets or something similar to that. That was slowly over time leaking on to the motherboard, leading to a small percentage chance that the vent could just fry itself and stop working. So, they ordered a replacement that did not have this error. And came to swap it out yesterday. Sure. So, actually, this one works just the same. You really can't really tell any difference. Does it feel sound any different? I don't hear any noise from the hardware now at all. The occasional squeak. So the squeak is not the vent. The squeak is me. Because the hole to my trach is not sealed. It would be very difficult to actually fully seal the hole in my neck. Without actually removing my ability to speak and eat. So I do lose some air, because of that leak. But I would much rather lose a little bit of air and still be able to speak and eat than not be able to do those things. Because, can you imagine? That is also on my horror list of things that I hope never happen ever in my life. Dedicated to only the Titanic, right at the dock where it was built. That's actually pretty cool. If I ever have the chance to head out that way, that would be really cool. Eventual day, it's a bit like driving a car with a broken, dodgy brakes. Which part? Realize not sealing. Not without putting a plastic or rubber gasket around on the spot. So, actually, the way that you would fix that, well, let me read this and I'll explain. Another Christmas one. It's Christmas once again. Dear Mr. or Mrs., I've always loved my winter house. Beautiful views and absolute privacy. What else could one want? Unfortunately, the event of last Christmas spoiled it for me. Let's just say I gave my heart away like a fool and couldn't stand the festive surroundings, so I left the house as it was. This year, though, I met someone special I'd like to celebrate the holiday with once again. I don't have time to visit the place up front, So, could you prepare it for me? I think it'll only need some cleaning and decor changing. Happy Christmas, Mikey George. So, would you say last Christmas you gave someone your heart, and the very next day they gave it away? YouTube kept playing you shipwreck videos earlier this week. Think about literally all of them. It's time! A ventilator that could hack in at any minute. Yeah, essentially. Wait, so there's stuff outside? Oh, okay, wait. It's gonna save from tears. I'm giving you nothing. You lose. You get nothing. Good day, sir. Where's the trash? It says there is 90% trash that I picked up. Where is the last 10%? I'll tell you about this too long, but I did hear new hardware of that new electronic smell. It's kind of weird. I didn't actually have the electronic or the new car smell whenever I breathed it, and didn't really taste all that different. It's weird, like I taste it. I don't smell it, I taste it. All the large dirt spots. Expecting you to shovel the snow. Yes. Okay. Let's. Hopefully, we'll find the quote dirt. Okay. They sell the new hardware. Even if I bought a new fridge. I mean, like my ventilators and stuff. Like, whenever my circuit gets changed to a brand new one, I taste the difference. So it's helps shoving air in your lungs, understandable. It's sort of a subtle whiff about it. Let me shovel it. The mini-map kind of makes it look like I'm taking bites out of things. Yeah, we have to shovel all of this. It's getting this weird mental image of getting a new TV. It's like, yo, hold that up to me. Hold that up to me. and just giving it a little. Wait, just giving it a little. And. Like, yep, that's good brand. Ignore you long enough. Just go away. Why would I ignore you though? This is fantastic. Okay. Where's the last bit of trash? I demand to know. Operate on a level of stupid humor, then you're in exactly the place you need to be. Have you not kind of figured out the way we work around here? Not to mention, like, cozy games like this, like, you kinda gotta make them pretty dumb. Otherwise, it's just meh. And that's one way to be an immense buzzkill for streams of games like this. So you know yourself? I mean, I already know I'm a weirdo. You ain't telling me nothing I don't know. I'm just attracting my kind of weirdos. The Lord knows who he's sending me. Also, how do we like my approach of like circling around the perimeter of the snowdrift instead of just like barreling through it? Because I don't want the little remnants sticking out. Is there a cat would do it? I can hold a shovel. Sir, are you trying to say that I'm a cat? I mean, I do play one in Final Fantasy XIV. Speaking of, see if we can get to guide the picture. I might actually have to turn off the picture redeem for the thanks-a-thon. It just occurred to me. just so we can keep things on track. That legit just occurred to me. Maybe on Tuesday's stream, after we get the speed coding challenge done, would be a good time to do it. It wouldn't be forever. I was waiting patiently till tonight. I'm sorry. I apologize. What were you wanting to do? What were you wanting to have drawn? Yeah, there's our last piece of trash. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Look at that festivitiness. Festiveness. Yes. Okay. I don't think that the rest of the... Wait. It's a nice big house. Talk about it got trashed. Okay. Change of stairs. 0 thermal protection from cold temperatures. Yes. Now you can change the stairs in some houses. To do that, aim at them and sell the object tool. It's that easy. Change the stairs. Change. Dark green. There you go. Lights. Lights. That's literally my color scheme. I love it. Change. Step up your game. Did someone call a stair specialist? So for anyone wondering, my color scheme that I use as much as possible is primary grays or silvers, for obvious reasons. Secondary blues. And if there's trim or accent colors involved, I always go for like yellows or oranges or golds, depending on the situation. What's this? Trash. really hiding the trash pretty well. Let's clean and then it might show us where the trash is. Nothing will ever compare to the Medusa bathroom. Yes. Very yes. With googly eyes. Imagine if we could have put googly eyes in the Medusa bathroom. Okay, another one? Okay, I just won't see any of them. Wait. Of course we gotta go for these. Fez Tinkle's bicycle. Youth ministry? Oh, what youth ministry? Oh, you mean the VBS? That I was volunteering at a couple months ago? No, I help with the kids ministry. Whenever there's 5 Sundays in a month, I help out with the kids ministry. I teach in the kids. Christmas garland. Okay. So we need a new garland. This here. Just runes freaks you out. I've successfully completed your task. How bad does it look presently? Are you recovering well, sir? So you have youth, teens, and then young adults. Okay, so the way we split it is we have kids, which is like 12 years old down. And then we have youth, which is like 13 years old to typically 18. And then we have young adults, which is essentially your 20s. I am making sure everyone gets kisses. As the stomach, it's okay. Could be better, but praise the Lord, it's not completely blocked up on me. But how you doing, Tony? What is up, sir? Doing alright? And of course we need a point set up. Boop. I have successfully hauled or quartered. So like a zombie got hit by a car in Resident Evil 3. I can actually kind of picture it. Everything's okay with you, praise God, indeed. It's wound bandaging experience. What's that about? I'll still explain. Okay, where is the trash? Oh. There we are. Clean the windows. Oi, bruv. That's big windows. The satisfaction here is going to be immense. Yeah, you know what I just realized? This is a massive missed opportunity. What I'm doing right now is a massive, huge, gargantuan missed opportunity. We should be doing this during the Christmas stream. Thoughts? Comments? Realized that appendix was violent indeed. How did you? Still, that is a good question. been asked to speak at one of the church Christmas services. New ice? Possible to redo past house scenarios? Yes, we can. So, I have no druthers with doing this again during the Christmas stream. Use the turkey as illustration. Is raised to die. Its death makes provision. Satisfies completely. Indeed, I mean, that's a good illustration. Assuming everyone involved likes turkey. I mean, but still, it's a good illustration. I physically can't eat turkey. But I'm just like, being particular at that point, just nitpicking the illustration. Appendix usually gives a bunch of warning bells, very specific symptoms with incredible pain in a specific area that gives doctors a clue. 2x4, yeah. Weirdos excluded. Can enjoy the mashed taters and gravy, and I do. Oh, I do. Problem is that my mom's family doesn't do mashed taters and gravy. Which makes me mildly sad. They do more of like the gumbos and the tater salads, etc. So Thanksgiving and Christmas, because most of the like food I can't really eat. I end up just eating mostly sugary delights. At which point my stomach is kind of ruined for a few days. Christmassy fruit. Yuck. Gross. What do you think I am? It's kind of like charlatan? Yeah, so you're getting some free Valley Girl. Job's done. Not to mention, I know my mom would do it. I know she would. And she wouldn't, have any problems with me asking, but, she already stresses herself out way too much during Christmas. With all of the other family stuff going on, so I don't like to ask. Just because I don't want to put more on her plate. Sure. I'm gonna eat almost that. I can barely eat all of a TV dinner. And oh, can I? Listen, everybody that comes in this house is gonna be very happy. Christmas plant with star. Get blocked by the mistletoe nerd. Get started on, dorks. Poinsettia goes directly in the middle of the pool table. No. There. One pot. Hold on, can I do that? I can't put it like on the hole. Wait. Wait. I'm so close. May your days be merry and bright, nerds. Wait, I got starred. I can't get in the room because I put the stars in the way. I baited myself. Stars on the windows? I don't think you can. It wasn't letting me put anything on the windows. Check out this area. Wow. cozy. Is there an area here? Turn on more lights. It makes you feel cold. I suppose I can see it. We gotta liven it up a bit. I'm looking at the time. I gotta be out in a second. It doesn't let me do anything. Somebody left their uneaten food here. Gotta get off sleep soon. I should be gone shortly. So, if you'll humor me for just a moment more. I know some of y'all really enjoy sticking around to the end, which I very much appreciate. Thank y'all so much. Gotta give spooky vibes. How's that? Does that help? How's that? Until Dawn? Oh yeah, wasn't that like super spooky? Surrounded to the industry and a $50 Amazon voucher? What? Why have I never gotten my voucher? Oh, wait. You guys get paid? Where's the last bit of the trash? Oh, there it is. There we are. Okay. Let's quickly clean the room. And I think that's where we'll call it. Because my dear mother is waiting for me momentarily. I feel like a bear was eating a gallon of gravy in this room. Hey mother, chat says hi. She says hello, chat. Sure. We sell things. What are we selling? Christmas wreaths. We are noticed. Celebration notice. Electric fireplace. Oh, I like the fireplace. The fireplace is nice. What's wrong with you heathens? Noted in the Twitch terms and conditions states that moms get 75% of all revenue earnings. It's only natural. How cozy. Look. Turn that crap on. TV's off center. TV's off center. That'll do. Okay. What's on the Sith log? Oh yeah, so who are we burning for Christmas this year? I mean, which Yuletide log are we using for this year? Is it gonna be the Yuletide Vader or the Yuletide Qui-Gon? Okay. No thought of Sideshow Fire Risk? It's enclosed. It's got a little screen on it. Mall and a ventilation shaft would do nicely. Oh, whenever it sparks up after he goes in there, can somebody find me like a 5-hour loop of that video? I'm not even joking. The newer folks around here have no idea what I'm talking about with the Yuletide Vader and the Yuletide Qui-Gon. Like, y'all don't even know. Vader on a Yuletide fire. Qui-Gon fist bumping the bros. Okay, gift tall. See floor lamp. Table lamp. Next stream for sure. No, you, Jen. Alright, Jen, I really should probably stop here. Thank you for your own Christmas present. Give to your wife to wrap up. I've not started on my Christmas list, by the way. Somebody asked earlier. I don't really have a list. I don't really want anything. everything I want's already here. Oh. Jet, thank y'all so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. If there is anybody in chat that you're not currently following, and you enjoyed spending time with us today, feel free to hit that follow button if you're on Twitch, or that subscribe button if you're on YouTube to get notified of future streams. We spend our time hyping up Jesus as much and as often as we can. We build cool stuff with software because I'm a software engineer, and we get up to all manner of gaming shenanigans. We'd love to have you. So, this is going to be the last stream of the week because I will be back on Tuesday with the start of the Thanksathon. We will be first doing the build a chat-controlled game in 2 hours challenge. I'm kind of concerned about that, but we're going to try it. And then we'll move on to my first ever archipelago and randomizer. So, if no one has told you lately, chat, you're loved. You're appreciated. You're highly valuable. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And Jesus loves you. Wants a relationship with you. Seek him because he's already seeking you. Repent and believe in the gospel. Lord willing, I'll see y'all on Tuesday. So y'all have an excellent rest of your week. An even better weekend. Y'all stay epic. Peace. All day, son. All day. Y'all have a great night.